Hello, welcome to another episode of Play Cool Songs. Today we're going to check out a classic from the band called The Wait, which is just a great tune, and I usually do it at the end of my 3 sets because it's a big sing-along for the audience as well. So let's dive into it. When I'm performing it live, I will do it in the key of G, but I believe the original recording is A major, so let's roll with that, and we'll just talk through some ideas around chord voicings, making things sound pretty, and using the major scale. So let's jump in. So the progression for the verse is A major to C sharp minor to D major, and then back to A. So a bar of each there. When I saw the Don Kelly band, they would move to the E chord every second time through, which I think sounds cool. And with this type of music, you don't really need to treat it with the reverence of like a Beethoven sonata, pinpoint accuracy on every note and every rhythmic figure. The tradition is kind of country folk music, so a few liberties are totally okay. So I like moving up to the E chord because for me it just gives me a little bit more option when I'm singing, when I'm doing my fills, when I'm soloing. So entirely up to you. I don't believe it's in the original recording, but I'll play through the whole cycle and you'll hear where it fits. So back to the top. Okay, so a few approaches that I would take to make this sound pretty, and I'll just talk through a couple of things before we move to the verse. Firstly, I like turning the A into like an A add 9, and the 9 in this case is the open B string. Okay, and I would do the same with the D. Right, so I've just kind of brought the 5th fret note rather than, and yeah, it just sounds sweet. So, and then C sharp minor, yep, Old Faithful voicing there. But you can play around with different voicings, and I think, when I come to the D chord, for example, I could play that, I could play that, I could play that, I could play that. So all of those spaces will give you different opportunity to kind of pull some melody lines out of it. So here, the classic suspension idea. So coming out of that. Those kind of ideas are all available to you. I will be playing within a certain scale position, that the chord is telling me to, really. So all of those things I will have experimented enough with that I've got some ideas within those scale positions to, just find some sweet fills and some melody lines in and around that chord. Okay, so I think that progression alone is just really good bread and butter. It's a great playground to try and just find some sweet melodies and some ideas in there. Not that you want to be too busy, but over the length of the song, you're going to want some variation on what it is that you're doing, and for the sake of practice as well. I'm just kind of trying to illustrate the point there. I'm just spending some time over the progression, just trying to pull some ideas that, you know, sound good to my ear and feel natural under my fingers. So finding little sixth lines or little dyad ideas, or you know, you can get as honky-tonk as you want with it, or as sweet and melodic as you like. So simple 3-chord progression there, or you can add the E there, as I like to. You know, the E will just open up that a little bit further, you know, for you to have a play on the fretboard and just try to connect these things up with some sweet little melody lines. All right, let's dive into the chorus. So really it's just A, and then A with G sharp in the bass, and then D. Take a load of Sally, take a load for free. Take a load of Fanny. It's definitely Fanny. I think I called her Sally earlier, but you know, there's a lot of women in this town. A with G sharp in the bass to a D. And so we're just rolling through that, and then we kind of get to that, I think it's sort of the hook of the song, is that lovely turnaround where we get that descending movement. Right, so my voicing choice there is, you know, it's probably not quite what is in the original arrangement. I don't know, there's a few guitars going on there, but definitely the bass line is giving us. So I'm just kind of playing into that with my chords. Right, so A major. All right, and then I kind of like playing this chord here. It's a lovely voicing. Really, it's E with G sharp in the bass. So there's my G sharp on the 4th fret of the E string, kind of skipping over the A string there, and then 2 and 4. Nice voicing to have, putting the 3rd in the bass there, and then again I can put F sharp in the bass of D. Yeah. And then again, that's what the bass line is doing in the in that turnaround back to the verses. So yeah, so it's just a really nice progression, and yeah, you can find your way through it using your own chord voicings available to you, but that's how I've learned how to play it. Yeah, you can apply the same approach as we did in the verse, just trying to find some pretty melody lines through, you know, the progression there. I like how they create excitement as well by shortening the duration of each chord. Yeah, so in the verses we've got like a whole bar of everything, and then here we sort of subtract it down to 2 beats and then 1 beat as we get into the verse. So yeah, just a little bit of analysis there. Yeah, so another opportunity for some fill there at the end. And play around with those ideas. You know, however far you want to take it into country and western. Yeah, that's kind of the famous lick at the start, actually. So I'm in the A position here. Okay, so lots of lovely double stops in there. Okay, so sliding from 9 up to 11, then 9 up to 11 again. Yeah, so everything's got a accompanying note with it. Yeah, hopefully you can hear that through the clarity of the iPhone mic. But yeah, it's just a really nice kind of fill there, which you can put on the top of the progression as a lead-in intro. So in terms of soloing for this, you know, for me, a good place to start with a student would be the major pentatonic. So I would just say, look, let's just use notes out of F sharp minor pentatonic, and we'll just try and make it sound quite major over the progression. So that'd just be an easy way to get started and thinking, well, here's my position of F sharp minor is there, okay, but now I'm starting from this end of the scale, so I'm kind of changing my starting note. Okay. And that can just be a really quick way to start, you know, basic relative major minor. And just, you know, using exactly the same notes really, but just trying to get a lovely major tonality out of it. But then in terms of the A major scale, we would then add the D natural and the G sharp. Okay, so those notes there are then giving me the A major scale. So then, you know, finding some lovely kind of melody lines out of that, I think is something worth exploring. You know, just to kind of find a couple of licks that are going to create some melodic interest and just make things kind of sound really sweet. Another thing that I would do is, you know, take the rhythm of the vocal and try and, you know, just put some notes over it. So that just gives you a bit of structure over the top of it as well, and you can explore that in different parts of the fretboard. And yeah, they're kind of where I would start digging in terms of finding some melody lines using that major scale over such a major chord progression. Yeah, so it's a great song. Hope you have a lot of fun with it. Any questions or comments? I'm enjoying the little conversations I've been having with people along the way. Welcome to the new subscribers. Hope you're getting some value out of that. And yeah, hit me up if there are any songs that you'd like to check out. Otherwise, I'll just keep rolling through with some cool songs that I think you should know. Okay, take care out there. Talk to you again soon. Bye.